Hello everyone, my name is Amatul Noor and I'm the head of science department at the By Scholars Private School. It's a pleasure to be a part of the Learn, Train, Share program that has been initiated as a professional development program by the senior school in the By Scholars. Today, I would be talking about mastery learning in science. So what is mastery learning? Mastery is the transformational educational innovation for the 21st century learners. It will transform how the curricula are developed, how learning is measured, and how teachers are trained. Now, our students at the By Scholars have been increasingly exposed to personalized learning and blended learning, which are closely related to mastery and often include concepts like differentiation and the use of real-time data. Now, if we put all this in place, our ecosystem is ready, and now it's time to the next step in the journey of innovation. Let me take you through our initiative that we started in the science department. An overview of mastery model, which includes instructions, practice, and feedback. It's a loop and it's a continuous cycle. Our objectives are to develop a mastery model in order to ensure significant learning gains. We develop an assessment model that will secure the understanding of blocks of knowledge. That means we are looking at smaller chunks, not a huge one. We develop a model or a more effective model of improving academic attainment through feedback and feed forward. The indicative impact on students. The mastery model will allow students to identify their gaps in learning, and it will also provide an opportunity to revisit the concepts that they have learned over the years. A structured retrieval process will help students develop confidence in learning science. Students, and I think this is the most important, and that is students will be able to explore clear pathways to post-secondary and careers in STEM. The pilot run, we started with year 11 biology, and our first step was to introduce the mastery learning program to the students. We began with an initiation, a very initial discussion, where we got the students to understand the objective of this process. So we scheduled an assignment, and we also worked on assessment rubric. It was important for us to realize that we will not limit our students only to marks, but we give them a more constructive feedback and a feed forward. The assessment rubric helps us to understand the different levels of mastery, which is a clear indication that a child or a student cannot attain mastery level in only just one specific domain. The assessment was done, the assessment was marked, and the feed forward or the feedback was given to the student using the assessment rubric. This included the different levels of mastery as indicated, where it tested them, their knowledge, their application, and of course, applying their understanding to a wider context. The feed forward is again a new idea which the department has come up with. We have ensured that the students not just stick to the feedback that is given by the teachers, but they also have a look at what would their next steps be. A feed forward would enable students to understand their area of gap in their learning, and they will be able to look forward to ensure that this gap is bridged. A sample of another feed forward from our year 11 student, where the student has shown a very secured understanding of the knowledge and the conceptual understanding, whereas in application and extension to a wider context required more development. We have not limited our mastery program only to year 11s. We have taken this also for year 7, 8, and 9. And in 7, 8, and 9, we believe that it is important for students to develop or have a secure mastery in vocabulary. For this purpose, we've used a modified version of Freyr's model, which we call it as the keyword spotlight. This will enable students to understand any scientific vocabulary term in depth and develop a deeper understanding and a description of each of these terminologies. The students should be able to define the terminology. They should be able to use the term correctly in a sentence. They should be able to create a question where the keyword is the answer. And they should also be able to link to other keywords. Students will also give a clear understanding of the vocabulary term by drawing and labeling of the term. A sample of the keyword spotlight that was initiated in year 7, 8, and 9. This is a very simplified way of getting students to know more deeper about a certain scientific term. To summarize our initiative, we look at it at 3 different steps and in 3 different stages. Number 1, we assess students' current knowledge and skills through retrieval process. Number 2, we share the mastery pathway of learning in that particular topic by linking it to a wider context or using a keyword challenge. And then, of course, which is the most important and the paramount in education, is metacognition strategies, which includes assessments, feedback, and feed forward. Thank you.